Hey guys, we're going to talk about hyperbolas. Hyperbolas. Okay, so what I have here is an example of an ellipse. So my center for this guy would be at 1, 5, and then I would go 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and then up 4, down 4, and then we would go from there. A hyperbola is the complete opposite. So this is an adding. So we're adding this half of the circle with this half of the circle. A hyperbola is half the circle is being subtracted from the other half of the circle. So if they came together, they would make a complete circle, but instead of plus here, it's going to be a minus sign. So they're pulling away from each other instead of pulling into each other. So let's look at an example. So the first one I want to go over is x squared over 16 minus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. Whatever the lead variable is, x or y, is which axis we're going to work with. So this one is x. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We are then going to make a U shape going in opposite directions of each other. To find our foci, okay, with an ellipse, we added or did major versus minor, square rooted, and then we found it. Okay? With a hyperbola, we're going to do the complete opposite. So we are going to take our first term, 16, our second term, add, and then square root. So then I get 25 square root, or 5, is going to be my foci. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is my rope attached to that one. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are my two foci. Okay? The last thing that we would have to do is figure out how much we should curve these guys. And our equation for that is always going to be y equals plus or minus b over ax. So what I mean by that is our equation was x squared over 16 minus y squared over 9 is equal to 1. So the most basic way I could write this equation is x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared. So my b squared is 9, and the most basic thing, they just want b, so this is going to be the square root of 9. So it's going to be plus or minus 3, and then over the square root of 4. So when graphing this, we had y is equal to plus or minus 3 over 4x. So that means start at 0, go up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my first line. Then it says minus, so down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. So there are my restrictions, my boundaries. And we said that our vertice was at 4 with a foci at 5. It's going to bend around these boundaries. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 with a foci at 5, and it's going to bend around these boundaries. So I should be able to then delete my boundaries, and that is a perfect drawing of what that guy should look like. So to do a different example, let's say it is now y squared in front, and it's over 25 minus x squared over 16 is equal to 1. So now since y is the leading number, this is going to be our vertices. So we're going to go square root of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our foci is still going to be these two terms added and then square rooted. So I get the square root of 41, which is 6-ish. So let's go to 6-ish. And there's my foci, 6-ish. There's my foci. Okay? And then my equation is still b over a. And then b is still the second term. Square rooted is 4. Square rooted is 5 plus or minus. So from the center it says up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my first boundary. My second boundary says to go down 4 over 5. There's my second boundary. So my hyperbola starts here to the boundaries, to the boundaries. From here to the boundaries, to the boundaries. And then I can go back and erase. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.